Prayerful greetings to each one of you from CISCE, New Delhi. There are so many things spoken about me which I don't deserve. There are few things are more, few things are less. However, I am what I am. Honorable Sri Sujay Viswas, outgoing President of ASIC, Mr. Vedanayakam, incoming President of ASIC, most revered, respected, the first of his kind, to have such a wonderful secretary, Father S. Joseph. Ladies and gentlemen, because of him, we are here. And my friend C.A. Francis is a Joint Secretary Treasurer for our association. And all the wise EC members who are seated patiently here, they deserve much honor than those of us seated here. Thank you so much, people on the dais, of the dais. We have dynamic leaders, I don't need to say once again, Mr. Sangeeta Bhatia and Mr. Sola Ricardo, Mrs. Sylvie Gupta, and Mr. Ajit Basu. Not the least, the most dynamic, active, ever working, and is only 15 years? He's able to run now, he's able to dance, he's able to do everything. And he's making all of us dance in the council. Mr. Jerry Arathon. Ladies and gentlemen, there are few individuals, we say mathematics is a queen of science. We don't say king of science. Because of mathematics, number of other subjects excels very well. There are few individuals here. They are not known, but they are the ones who makes all the decisions for the council. Of course, CISCE officials, they execute it. Mr. Jerry Arathon, will you stand up here? He's the CEO and the Chief Executive, is we call, and his secretary. He is also ex officio of the executive committee members. He makes the agenda, he runs there. We have, unqualified advocate, but more, acts like advocate, Sri S. Jawhar. Please come. He is an executive member. Please remain standing. And Mr. C.A. Francis, he is another executive member. Please come on. Mr. Stephen D. Costa is not here. Unfortunately, we lost most dynamic leader, Mr. Nabarunde. He is another executive member. These are the people, along with me, of course. We take decisions, we make all the decisions, wonders, blunders, whatever you say. We give credit to the council officials. Actually, these are the people who take all the decisions, makes the people to execute here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This morning, I also want to introduce one unique personality, Father P.T. Joseph, Dr. Father P.T. Joseph. Would you mind coming up here? When we met here to discuss the theme for this program, number of people suggested, number of topics, number of themes. Ultimately, the present theme, please come up here. Present theme has come from this father. It looks very simple. You know what? When you learn about his degrees, his qualifications, contribution, amazing. He is a PhD in artificial intelligence. PhD in artificial intelligence. He was a professor for XLRI Management Studies, Jamshedpur. And he had contributed immensely when he speaks. The pearls, gems come from his mouth. He is full of wisdom. He is the one you praised this theme for us this morning. Shall we clap our hands? I don't know what his intentions are. Last night I completed my research on this topic. I have two friends here, Mr. Neha Sarkar, Mr. James, my left and right hand. My wife, she is also with 4 Masters and PhD. When I speak, she writes shorthand. So I have easy time. I have 24 hours secretary. And all of them together, as I am getting ideas, they formulated. Last night we completed, and Neha gives me this morning. This is what it is, presentation. Okay, we're going to get into the topic. So whatever you have chosen, I'm sure I'm going to do some justice. Otherwise, you come up and pick up. Thank you. With this introduction, I would like to get into the topic, revitalizing school education. What is revitalizing? I show a number of pictures here. They themselves will give you understanding. What is revitalizing? Making something stronger, healthier, very active. That is the theme you want. Who suggested? Father, over 65 years, Father, he wants us, all of us, to be that. To be stronger, to be healthier, and to be more active. Now, what is revitalizing of education? It's a process, it's instruction. For whom? For the people. To change their attitude, behavior. We have to change our attitude, behavior. What? To inspire the people, to inspire particularly youngsters, youth, to what happens? Ask them to accept those people who are socially excommunicated, marginalized, marginal people. Bring them to the mainstream, allow them to enjoy life. That is the whole theme of it. Inclusive education. And now, what is actually wrong with the present system of education? What is actually wrong with present education? We need to identify. There are few paradoxes, there are few myths, there are few sustainable goals. All those things we're going to discuss here and offer the practical. I'm a practical man, came up from the school level. For 45 years of service, I put in teaching. Out of 45, as a 10 years, I was a mathematics teacher. 40 years, I'm into something else. Therefore, all my experience, I know what it is. Therefore, let's see one by one. In order to bring a change in education all over the world, right from 1980, Organized for Economics Cooperation in Geneva, they started kind of form which cares for the education all over the world. They thought we must improve education. When there are 208 countries in the world, each country has a different system of presentation, each country has just different number of years of schooling, different way of presentation, all that. They need to somehow standardize the whole thing, because of which they came up certain rules and regulations based on 3 important principles. Number 1, we try to teach. We, like I said on the stage, pour out information, so much so. From there to learning, teaching to learn should be the main principle. Number 2, effective education for all. Number 3, decentralizing education. Every time what happened, as a management, as a leaders, we try to keep everything under our control. It has to be decentralized. With these 3 principles, they came up with 5 important areas. Number 1, we need to have a competition among the institutions, schools. Without competitions, we will not grow. Competition is a must. Competition is a must. That's what they right to present. Even ranking also happens. We picked up last night few photographs in this city where the ranking is done for these schools. You know, competition among the schools was proposed by these people basing on the scores they produce, results they produce, infrastructure they maintain, the salaries they pay. You know, Education World, various other NGOs definitely came up with the idea of ranking the schools. The certain parameters are there. So competition among the schools being proposed by everybody here for the purpose of going into this one. Here, the competition basing on the various tests, the teachers being tested to see whether they have the efficiency, proficiency to present what they are required to be presented. Now here, the second one, standardization movement. Because of standardization movement, number of countries around the world, they have changed their education policies. In 1990, UK changed its education policy. Germany changed its education policy. America changed its education policy. Canada changed its education policy. Each country changed their policy. Even now, our country, they changed after 34 years new education policy. Here, as you see here, but how do you measure that? OECD wanted to have PISA exam to be conducted, STEM exams, and IEA wanted to have their own exams, TETINs, PEARLs, and these exams are being conducted to see who stands where. By testing, we'll be able to find out who stands where. The tests are being made compulsory to measure, to rate the schools and standardize education. Education standardized based on the way we teach. Teaching. The curriculum is important. Curriculum, teaching, and the testing. How do we assess the children? Basing on the curriculum, basing on the teaching, basing on the assessment, they standardize the education system. We had a lot of competition among other boards too. Third one here, rather than teaching something of everything, core curriculum is very important. To prepare the children for medical examination, we go for biology, chemistry, physics. For engineering, we go for mathematics, physics, chemistry. For CA, CS, ICW, accountancy, economics, commerce. This how choose what required to be tested. We choose, prepare the children so that they'll be able to get into this. And furthermore, they expect all of us to go for such a subject right from standard 1 onwards. Literacy, numeracy, foundation skills also being proposed, reading, writing, all those. Therefore, we need to focus on this. And also, they want us to have, next one, test-based accountability. Test-based accountability, we rate the schools basing on the summative assessment. Rating basing on the summative assessment is the only way where we will all get to know our good results. When I go to Lucknow, I say CMS putting 450 students scored above 90. Okay. When I go to all the top schools around, they say, oh, this many children scored above 90. This is how we test the children. But the tests that we use, are they really testing what required to be tested? That will come back a little later on. This is another area where we award people based on the standardized testing. Then school choice. Around the world, the parents are giving choice. Voucher schools have come, charter schools have come, preschools have come, and even private school, public schools also have come. Each school has come up in order to give the choice for the parents for their quality teaching. Along these themes, global, United Nations, when they met in 1970, they wanted to have some development. They're not able to think carefully. It was only 2015, in September, they came up with an idea, we need to have some values for the whole world. Civilization improving, mankind is improving. How long should we carry on differently? Each country with different virtues, different values, they are going on. We need to have a common core of values. They proposed 17 values. As you see, I'm not going to deal with all those with the lack of time. I'm going to concentrate only one important value on the fourth dimension. From poverty, hunger, health, all those things were discussed. UNICEF came forward to assist the World Bank to help maintain the quality education. Here, quality education, here as NEP 2020, emphasizing of the 5 important principles: accessibility, equity, quality, affordability, accountability. Basing on these universal values, our NEP 20 also adopted some of these values. These values are now how to impart the quality education. Now, equity is very important. The first time UNICEF found out there are more children who are not able to learn, staying in the schools, attending the school, than those who are not attending the school at all. As somebody mentioned yesterday, there are a number of children right in the school, but no learning is happening. Now, how do I identify? How do I identify? They said we need to identify, solve those problems immediately. So number one here, they had different targets, different time periods were given here. By 2030, as NEP 2020 also longing to complete, implement all the proposed articles, the similar that has come from only from here. NEP 20 borrowed from these universal values. Here, what is this universal value? Number one, primary and secondary education. It has to be free of cost. Primary, secondary education for all the boys and girls around the world should be given free by 2030. That's the number one target for all the educationists in the world. 193 countries agreed to follow this. So we need to support the government, support the various education institutions, support the board to reach out. But how do you work out? The formalities, the governments will tell, board will tell, and we have to have the kind of spirit to cheat in us, to educate everybody. Next one. Here, target number 2, equal access to quality pre-primary education. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the pre-primary education? Pre-primary education is education right from nursery, junior, senior. From there we have to have, that's the universal education, it's necessary in all this one. So these, by 2030, all the boys and girls should, around the world, must able to complete, must able to join into the pre-primary schools. The next one. Here, target number 3. It has this, by 2030, we have to teach all the children vocational, career, and technical skills. Technical skills must. Without learning technical skills, they cannot survive. In fact, we need to integrate these skills into a normal curriculum. That's what their main theme. Next one. Here, target number 4.4, to increase the number of people with the relevant skills for financial success. Do what you are paid for. Like ikigai, we need to, there are so many professions, so many things that we can do, but in order to survive, we need, at the end of the day, money. For financial success, they need certain skills. What are those skills? Those skills has to be taught for all the people. Have not, everybody have to have these skills. The next one. Target number 4.5. Here, there's a lot of discrimination. Discrimination need to be, eradicated. But somehow it's not happening. It's not there. When you go somewhere, by name they identify, by surname they identify. There are people, in a state, they carry surname to show which caste you belong to. Which caste you belong to. So this kind of social discrimination is still existing in the world. As a result, there are a number of children getting marginalized. So universal SDG code says, please avoid discrimination. I'm going to get into this one a little later, based on the medical, based on social, based on other aspects, we discriminate. How to integrate all those people, this target emphasized for us. Next one. 6.1, universal literacy and numeracy. The foundational skills, that's what NEP 2020 talking about, that has come from here. In our country, we ask the people if they speak a particular language, we consider the literate. Or if they say ABCD, if they read something, we say. In real sense, if the process is given to the children or the people, ask them to read and explain what it contains, then only they treat them as a literate. They should have the ability to comprehend. If they don't have comprehension, mind ability, they will not be treated as an educated people. But this target informs for all of us. By 2030, we need to lay the foundation, strong foundation for numeracy literacy. Next one. Education for sustainable development or global citizenship. Yesterday somebody was mentioning, welcoming. They started speaking to us in Malayalam at the airport. Considering all of us Malayalis. He told, no, we are not Malayalis. We are not Malayalis. See what happened here? We, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, those of us believe Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we need to understand global citizenship is must for everybody. We need to, regardless of caste, language, culture, religion, we need to look for global citizenship. That is the main purpose of this SDGP goals for us, all of us. Next one. Now, 4.8 is a very unique one. We need to build schools which are safe, which are really valuable. When you say safe, not only physical, mentally, spiritually, socially, every regard. Children should be happy to come to school. They need to feel this is our school, belongingness. They need to be feel secure. Such kind of schools could be put up. Next one. 4.B. These 4.B already over. This year is the last. It's already over 2020. A number of people, my friends, are very happy because all over the world they were given free education. They are given scholarships. They are given a lot of benefits. Even 2009 RTE, that also has to be accomplished, fulfilled by 2020. This is supposed to be given for everyone, those who are needy candidates, deserving candidates, talented, gifted, and those who are poor, needy people should be given special help. Especially those are from the developing countries, least developed countries, African countries, even any island states where there is no proper facility for the poor and needy. To integrate everybody, we need to provide financial help. This is talking about that. We already could not complete it, but we can request United Nations to again extend time period so that we may reach out the unreached. The next one, last one, here. Increase the supply of qualified teachers. What's the qualification? If you go to the Finland, accountant, Salberg and all those people, they say, the standard is very high. The standard is very high. Professional training. Every teacher, whether they teach nursery, junior, senior, any class, they need to hold master's degree. master degree is essential for everybody. Number of lower classes, what we do, who are not completed even bachelor degree, we try to put them into nursery, junior, primary. These are foundation classes. What this target tells us is provide quality teachers for all the teachers where required. That's the reason Government of India account NAP 2020, NISTA program has come up on the Diksha platform. We have a lot of training programs. Council also conducts a lot of training programs for people to measure up to the level that's required. While implementing these, there are a few, next one, there are a few areas that we have to be careful. There should not be any discrimination between the male and female gender, between the old and young. We have various bogies, pedagogy to pedagogy. We need to implement so that discrimination can be reduced. The race, color, ethnicity, nationality, language, sexual orientation, religion, political affiliation, any other reason. Based on this one, we are divided. In fact, if you belong to a particular political party, you are given preference. If you don't belong to a particular party, you are not given preference. If you belong to a particular caste, particular religion, you are given preference. This discrimination is still existing, but this quality education emphasizes, please don't hang on to the ideals, the philosophy, whatever stubborn manner they are holding and spoiling the entire quality of education. They want us to come out of this one. The next one. Here, there are certain paradoxes. If you see, you'll understand, you laugh and enjoy here. There are certain paradoxes. Can you proceed with this? Yeah. Number, teach less, learn more. Whenever child doesn't do very well, if the outcomes, the scores are not very good, what happens? We try to increase the number of school days, try to teach instructional hours, try to give them more homework. But what they say, that's not right. Based on this hypothesis, a lot of research was conducted. OECD, with its PISA and other exams, closely observed all the countries that are under PISA, under OECD, they examined, they found out it's not true. In fact, Finland has a less number of school days, less number of instructional hours, less number of teaching load. While we all have a lot of load. Lack of time, I will not give you all the details. America has, let's say for each teacher, 27 hours. Finland has 10 to 15 hours, only maximum load. What they do, we'll get into this part. Even Finland, every 45 minutes of period, 15 minutes compulsory, they're assigned to go and play. Here, in India, we give 27 to 30. When I was a maths teacher, because I know the maths teacher, I was given even almost 40 hours, no break at all. I used to combine 3 divisions, 4 divisions together, lecturing. Here, teach less, more. In order to compete with the Finland, there are fellow Asian countries, China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Japan, Korea, providing extra private tuition, extra coaching to compete only with the Finland. Finland has no extra coaching. Only what they learn in the school, with the 16 hours, they learn and come. They were able to do so well. With all that extra coaching, extra training, Chinese and Japanese and Malaysians and all those people coming close to that. Otherwise, with a less number of hours, Finland is able to produce very good. In fact, Finland, their favorite subject is physics and mathematics. Favorite subjects are. How they're able to do that? We'll come back it later. The next one. Here, the test less, learn more. Sometime back, in order to produce more results, I was also manner for 2 months continuously, every chapter, constantly asking children, prepare and come, testing, preparing children and testing. But doesn't work out. You must have heard, if you really want to excel as Angel Duckworth is saying, grit is needed, 10,000 hours required, 10 years of very important for us to be successful. No. He says, test less and learn more. It's a paradox. But really, when we test summative manner, formative manner, diagnostic manner, other tests happens. A little later, I'm going to get into the NEP20. At that time, I'll explain to you. Do not waste time testing. Do not waste time testing. It doesn't produce anything. Finland proved to all of us, test less, allow them to learn more. Next one. The more you play, the more you learn. Even yesterday, the psychologists were mentioning, the play is important for every child. Play, in fact, outdoor games. Outdoor games are very important. Every day in the Finland, they make them to play at least 1 hour, compulsory. 1 hour compulsory. Otherwise, NGOs, various sports clubs and other clubs, they come together, make them play, because play has what to do with that. Even Adur University conducted a study. What people say, if there is really any kind of correlation between the play and the learning, results shows outstanding. The play helps them to learn better, remember better. The next one. Here, better quality by stronger equity. Now, as you see here, very many of us, we choose students, we choose the parents. We choose the parents, we choose the students, and we confide to be known as the top schools, premier schools, rank number 1. Are you really educating the children? Are you doing anything? You see, this will explain, this is self-explanatory for you, and therefore, equity, more equity will help the children to learn better. The next one. Educational myths. What are there are few myths. Very many top schools also, our CEO should know, he also has a belief, firm belief, certain schools are very powerful, very powerful. In Kolkata, he mentioned few schools. I love many types on my own. What makes them very highly competitive? Are they really educating the people? Here, ladies and gentlemen, we think teachers only once can make the change, make the school good. Do you agree or no? No. As per research, there are non-school parameters are more important. Definitely teachers make the contribution, but there are a number of non-educational parameters. I was also shocked to see research studies. Non-school parameters, what are those? What makes school as a school? Buildings, people, what are those people? Parents' education, occupation, and it's really a myth for very many of us. I'll explain to you when I get little time, but this is really a myth. Teachers alone cannot contribute to the quality of education. Next one. Yeah, the quality of education system can be never exceed quality of teachers. When there are few influential, famous people makes any kind of statement, like a Superman, Superwoman, okay, then super teachers. Here, even Andreas Schleicher also makes the statement. Even number of educations make statement, no, okay. They say even Hindu mythology also they mention, Bacha, who's your guru? Tell me, guru, I know your abilities. It's not, research doesn't allow that. It's not only quality of teachers, which means you're in the school environment, we are only rating, elevating very high of one particular person. This is our culture system, that's how we have grown up. We give importance to one leader as a super leader. And critical thinking doesn't allow that. No single individual, his charisma or his ability, no single individual can contribute for the good of everybody. This is a myth. Therefore, here, what happened? There are a group of teachers. There are non-school activities that are important for us to contribute for the quality education. Next one. It sounds a little controversial. Now again, here, if you have 4 or 5 good teachers for a child, the child continue to excel. You know, I showed here when I went to Kolkata, Tata Motors, I saw this one, but I could not exactly. I got this picture in the anyway. Here, we give only contribution for a few people who are there. They may contribute for the betterment of everybody. And if you don't have, or if you have bad people, they may make you to dumber and dumber. When I attend the school, Robinson also mentions schools create kills the creativity. Here, the myth for all of us is that a group of teachers can contribute. Definitely there is some value, but at the same time, there are other parameters that also need to be not neglected. The school consists of various people, various things, all need to be taken equally, given importance for everything. The next one here. Yeah, this is what everybody is asking for. Sir, please talk something about NEP 2020. Council officials already given us a lot of information. We're going to spend some time very, very carefully. Father, please give me some time. This is very important for all of us. And we need to do this one. Yeah, number 1. Various countries around the world, they say, start early, lay strong foundation. Now we call Balavatika dinners. Mr. Jerry sent some time back one circular to all of us. Please don't admit any candidate before 4 years. Did you? Don't admit any candidate before child reaches 4 years. Only after 4 years only you can admit the candidates in your. She's saying yes, you are. But anyway, council said when there is a rule in the council not to admit any candidates before child is 4 years. But we are admitting from the 2 years onwards. No? Anyway, I'll solve the confusion. The government doesn't permit anybody child who's less than 3 years as of now. 3 years and above, 3 to 4 nursery, 4 to 5 junior, 5 to 6 senior. This what is. Now, those of us don't have preschool. It's a mandatory now for us to have the preschools. But the government excludes implement or not, we'll have to watch and wait. Because aided graduate schools required to be provided facility, provided salaries and all that. Government is waiting for money. But however, 2030 is a mandatory for us to have those schools. Those schools who do not have higher secondary must have. Because right now, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is emphasizing preschool is essential, as well as secondary, when they say secondary, class 9 to class 12. No more higher secondary. Therefore, we need to have all that. Now here, start early. Why start early? For number 1, for enhanced child care. Enhanced child care is very important. There are a number of children are not being cared at all. For special care, these preschools are necessary. What are the preschools? Right from they say 6 weeks to up to 5 years, or maybe 6 years. There are few countries going up to 6 years, few countries up to 5 years. Australia goes up to 5 years. New Zealand goes up to 6 years. But 7th year, they need to go to formal schooling here. Now, preschools are essential for language attainment. To learn to play is very important. And also, they need to conversational reading. Very many people they pick up. We have about Samudra Adventist Pune, one place, Sanjay Park. Right, it's servant to the master level. Everybody speaks English. There are Oxford University professors. All of them, they pick up the language because the mother tongue happen to be only English. We speak English because we studied, therefore we pick up. Whereas they are concerned, they pick up from the natural era. Here, for the language attainment, for learning games, conversation reading, and child care required. Therefore, number of countries are also giving not only maternity leave, even paternity leave. Maternity leave for 2 years also they're giving, even more than that also they're giving. Whichever countries has a less population, Scandinavian countries, the population is around 20% only, youth population. Canada about 25. So wherever youth population is not there, they're granting maternity leave, paternity leave, because child need to be cared, child need to be nurtured, child need to be promoted, right from childhood. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, here, John Marrow and all those people, what they're emphasizing here, there are a number of us, we need some kind of assistance, some kind of help, some point of our education period, some part of our life. There are a number of children suffer from the learning difficulties. Number of children suffer from, there's a scam that went in America. Everybody was not faring very well. They all them, they have some kind of learning difficulties and prescribe some medicine. The pharmaceutical companies are making huge amount of money. After long research, they found out it's nothing but it's a fraud, corruption. Therefore, in order to solve the problems, child should go to school, preschool. Right now, nursery, 3 years onwards they are permitted. But even prior to that, preschools, they say 6 weeks onwards. 6 weeks onwards, child should be provided extra care with all the needed infrastructure facilities, outdoor games, indoor games, well-trained people. Why? To lay the strong foundation. Once they're able to speak well, able to read well, able to write well, all that. Mind you here, when I say loosely, write well, read well, you should not test them, you should not prepare them for learning academically. There's only baby care is essential over here. The next one. Language attainment here. We try to gather information, which Hindi is concerned. Very many people are worried. Should we have English medium or Hindi medium, Malayalam medium? Which medium should we have? As Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi and Home Minister Sri Amit Bhai Shah and Minister for Education Dr. Dharmendra Pradhan emphasizing education up to class 8, probably 8 standard, even beyond. Only home language, mother tongue, regional language, they are emphasizing. Ladies and gentlemen, our CEO did not declare anything. He is very quiet. And CBS did not declare anything. As yesterday Mr. Sheshwar mentioned, nobody is going to force us. Even Pastor Rangan, in his presentation, in Krishna Rangaswamy, in presentation, he said, nobody is going to impose on anybody any language. It's up to you. Right now, unofficially 23.5% people speak English, but officially 10% speak English. Ladies and gentlemen, as per the statistics are concerned, around the world, right now in the world, highest spoken word in English happen to be in India, followed by America, followed by other countries. Therefore, when such a statistics are available, don't worry. Mr. Jerry will declare and find it. You continue to have only English medium. Somebody is worried which language to carry on. We teach only English language, the middle section. Along with that, other languages can be there. This again, John Amos Comenius, he is the one who proposed long back. He was a modern educationist. He presented this, asked everybody to follow teaching the mother tongue. The didactic, he has written that. Anyway, next one. Yeah. Police development, as we know, the spiritual, social, mental, emotional, all that can be carried on. Next one. Yeah. This is very important. WD-40, what it is? San Diego-based company. There were 3 eminent scientists who are working for a rocket chemical company. They want to somehow get a product which will not get rusted. Generally, if you expose any metal air, water, it gets rusted. But they want to have some product which doesn't get rusted. So since they are scientists, they experimented. Okay, water displacement, number one, they failed. They're methodological. Number two, they failed. Up to 39, they tried. After 39, one finest of these two proposed certain formula, chemical formula, that worked out. Eureka, Eureka, they started saying that product was possible, that a product was possible. Therefore, with that, they began to theorize a system saying the failures are very essential. Children should be allowed to struggle, constant struggle. First time, second time, third time. Failure should not be undermined. Pain should not be undermined. Should allow them to fail. So this has to be implemented. Next one. That's pedagogy, synagogy I mentioned to you. Yeah. Technology important. Yesterday we learned all that. Let's go to next one. Yeah. Vocational education. Now, it's another important thing that everybody is worried about. Gandhi is talking about the world development of education, and all of us need to provide various crafts. According to the research right in India, 85% of Indians are not able to employ because of they don't have needed skill. Furthermore, they're saying about 10 million people are unable to get employment because of skills. They don't have needed skills. About 6 million people are underemployed because they don't have needed skills. At the same time, 15 million jobs are available. So it's essential for us to prepare the children for the needed skill. You know, when you want to start things, we'll have to facilitate, provide all the needed infrastructure. Next one. We need to have inclusive education that I already put black and white. Now let's proceed. Inclusive education is very important. Now, big school complex. What big school complex is that? You know, we need to allow outsiders to come in. That's another modern theory everybody emphasizes. Outsiders, who are those? Parents, grandparents, everyone. Generally, what we do, we, we ask the parents, bring your child and drop the child in the school and drop the money in the office, leave it to us, we'll take care. But that is not the one. We need to have open school. What's the open school? Allow the parents to come. For sake of discipline and order, we maintain. Here, ladies and gentlemen, what NFP 2020 talking about the big school complex, what it is. Now we need to care the facilities, the expertise that we have with those people who have, those who don't have. So this is a very important. Now I showed some pictures over here, the facilities and infrastructure that need compulsory. Those of you who have this college program, if you don't have 3,000 students in the college will be merged with some other. So we need to have compulsory big school complex in order to make use of the facilities that are available elsewhere, expertise that are available among the parents, among the other neighbors, all has to be invited, and some pretext or so that we all can have good way. My school is a very big one. We open for everybody because we have 12,000 students, 600 staff and faculty. We have no problem others joining, coming over here. Next one. The teachers are not respected because we don't play very well. Whereas in Finland, they pay very high. They treat them equal to doctors, treat them equal to lawyers and all top professionals. Here, we need to pay well. We need to respect everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to allow them to undergo a number of training programs. Here, instead of filling them with only extra load of teaching, allow them to observe each other, allow them to visit their colleagues. The teaching is very important. Then only we need to expect them to become the teachers, inspectors, and managers of everything. Next one. Measure what matters. The last one here. All the tests generally measures on academic performance based on the summative memory, understanding here. Ladies and gentlemen, none of our tests measures empathy, sympathy, emotions, respect, universal values, character, conduct. Those values you don't test. Those are things that what very many parents want, what politicians want, what the governments want is that teacher, we all have to test this one. Unless you test them, they will not learn this. How do you test them? Through formative, through diagnostic. Involve them in a mannerism, respect for each other. So, measure what matters is very important for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I want all of us, as a father, Peter Joseph intended all of us revive our education. We need to follow these tips so that our school can maintain quality education. God bless you all. Thank you.